damn it all to the seventh hell, this is madness. It's Aldous. He's been arrested by the Brass Blades. They claim he was plotting to assassinate the Sultana. This is utter nonsense. He has no motive to do so, and whatever I've said about the man, he would never resort to using poison. The Alacron must be behind this. They have failed to kill him time and again, and now they're reaching out to their monetarist allies. I didn't want to believe Wyman when he said they had such influence, but wait, that's it. If anyone can help us unravel this plot, it's Wyman. He has a reputation for knowing things he shouldn't, after all. Find Wyman, see what he can tell us. Aldous is many things, but he is not a murderer. Okay. Wyman, I have to ask you questions again. I was wondering when you might come along, Sophie. Frankly, I'm surprised all this went so quietly. You ought to know there's no walking away from this. What happened between them 7 years ago? You really don't know, do you? Best I start at the beginning, then. Aldous is something of an enigma. He and Leopold were two of the greatest gladiators ever to grace the Bloodsands. But he threw all that hard-fought glory away for a few Gilmore. See, the average Ul'Dan loves a good Colosseum fight. And what better way to make a gladiatorial spectacle... Oh, let me start that one again. And what better way to make a fighting spectacle more entertaining than wagering on the outcome? So, when they got out that Aldous was orchestrating a match-fixing scheme of untold proportions, well, you can imagine the shock and anger the people felt. He was expelled from the Colosseum, and his wins were stricken from the record. Your guildmaster Mila got the worst of it, though. Not only was her friend exposed as a fraud, but around the same time her father fell ill and passed away. There were some oddities surrounding his death, too. 'Twas rumored he took his own life out of the shame of his disgraced pupil, or that he might have even been murdered by the man. Baseless conjecture, really, but it made all this look that much worse. In the end, Mila lost two of the most important men in her life, and was forced to take charge of the guild alone. And Leopold? He tried to go it solo on the Bloodsands, but it wasn't the same. Without Aldous, his career was finished. Now, you know the nature of the man you so desperately want to save? Though judging from the look in your eyes, I gather you still have your reservations. Fine then. Though you can't blame me for doubting a man found in possession of Ralger's bile. 'Tis a vile poison, rare and expensive too. Only the Corpse Brigade knows how to make it, I hear. Gods only know why they'd give it to Aldous. Could go to their headquarters at the Sepulchre in southern Thanland and ask him direct, I reckon. I have an aversion to direct confrontation personally, but you don't, do you? By the by, should you save the poor bastard's life, tell him we're even, and that I hope it was all worth it. So where am I going? To the Sepulchre in southern Thanland? Where's the Sepulchre? Oh, Little Alamigo. Oh wow, I gotta go all the way to Little Alamigo, huh? Well, we're gonna go on a trip, guys. Okay, so this is an area that we haven't gotten to in the story yet, so I'm gonna do this quest, but I'm not gonna show you where it's connected to. Just know that we're going into a den of vile, wretched scum. And also there tends to be a lot of death in here for me. It is, this is not an easy little area to navigate, and it's worse too because sometimes there's a fate going on in here that makes it even worse because there's like even more of these these thugs like roaming around, so really easy to get overrun by them. So it's really one of the few bad spots in the game where I don't enjoy exploring. I try to stay away from it for the most part. You can see how there's just tons of them everywhere. But if you're careful and you sneak around over this way, just get to this without drawing any aggro. Maybe. There we go. But then of course you have bad guys show up anyway. So you can see how if you're already kind of smothered by these guys, and then it looks like I'm being rescued by somebody gathering them up for some reason. Works for me, man. Dude, you're totally gonna die. Yeah, I'm gonna have to help him now. He's not gonna survive this on his own. What a moron. I definitely should not have helped him. I definitely should not have helped him. You're gonna get us both killed. Okay, looks like the rest of them aren't gonna aggro on me. Nope, they are. Alright, so that guy did exactly what you should not have done. I thought he was like a high level player or something, but no, he's only level 33. He's just barely stronger than me. So that was just really dumb. He went in and aggroed the entire group of like 5 of them. Whatever. That was really dumb, dude. Okay, with this one over here, it's not quite as bad, but you do have to pretty much get this guy over here, else he'll join in with the others anyway when you spawn the enemies, so better to just go ahead and get it out of the way. There you go. But yeah, you can see how that other guy would have aggroed too, because like you're right on top of them. They spawn right on top of him, and then on top of that, this one over here is an archer, so you have to run over here to fight him, which is right where that guy was laying, so it's better to clear that one dude out. And that is that. And we're just gonna go ahead and teleport the heck out of here. Where have you been, Soapy? Aldous has been given over into the custody of this. Let me start that whole one over again. Where have you been, Soapy? Aldous has been given over into the custody of the Sacrarium. They mean to execute him. We must do something. Why did people name their organizations things like Alacron and Sacrarium? This poison, is it? You proof that Alacron purchased it from the Corpse Brigade? Thank the gods, you've done it. Quickly, we must go show this to the official presiding over his execution at Highbridge. Go, now! Okay, boss. This is a pretty cool little scene coming up here. The Sacrarium has sentenced you to death for your crimes against the Sultanate. Have you any last? Huh? Who are you and what do you want? This is Highbridge, by the way. You can see they're gonna throw him off the side here. These are bold accusations you make, adventurer. However, the Sacrarium has found the prisoner guilty in the eyes of gods and men, and he will be executed forthwith. Don't waste your breath, Soapy. Law's scales have always yielded to wealth above all else, and Leopold spent a fortune to secure my sentence. Silence, criminal. And you, what are you waiting for? Do it. Whence did that? Aldous. Just couldn't stay away, could you? Well, at least I don't have to steal the headsman's axe. If the gods are to have blood this day, I'm afraid it won't be mine. Since you two are so devout, perhaps you'd be willing to offer yourself in exchange. But mercy! Interfering with the law is a heinous crime. In fact, I believe it is punishable by death. I had a feeling the spectacle would draw you here. I should have dealt with you myself from the start. Come, let's dance, brother. So, it's to be a rematch? Very well, I accept. Mila and the others need you, Soapy. Leave him to me. This music's pretty cool. I don't remember this music. So basically, to recap what happened there, is that the poison was bought by Leopold and the Alacron. And so we discovered that, went to go turn it in, but just to make sure the execution happened, Leopold paid a bunch of money, basically bribed the judge. So, because that's the kind of place Ul'dah is, if you haven't figured out yet. So of course, anyway, we couldn't rescue him, but Aldous was not planning to surrender anyhow. Apparently he just gave up so that he'd be able to draw out Leopold, which makes sense. which he did, but now we have to fight our way through a bunch of Leopold's minions. So it's like a big showdown between the gladiators and the Holocron here. On top of Highbridge, which is a pretty cool place to have a big fight, I gotta admit. Remember how bad this guy, not how bad, how hard this guy is at healing. Pretty good apparently. So let's just waste him. He'll just sit here and heal all day if you don't. There we go. And then we just kick the rest of these guys' butt. Oh, they got a mage. Where's the mage at? There he is. No fire 2 for you. No, 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 no. Dang it, he got it off that time. And he got a summon off too. Good, good. Come down here, buddy. You're kind of in the way of everybody. They love doing that though in this game, like having the mages summon great big void monsters to fight you in the middle of the battle. Right. I'm gonna take these guys out first because those monks will just sit there and heal themselves. They can't heal themselves permanently, but it has a long cooldown, but they will sit there and heal themselves, and so it just takes a little bit longer to kill them. But rather get rid of the little guys first. The little peons. Now we just waste these monks here. There we go. Aldous. Aldous. You almost had me, Leopold. Stay back. I won't have your pity. You just had to have it all, didn't you? Just one victory, just one bloody match. But your precious ego couldn't accept that. You ruined everything. Tell me, Aldous, how does it feel to lose your name, your legacy, everything you loved? I want to know how much you suffered. Let it go, Leopold. It's over. Like hell's it is. I swear, you will never know peace. Not in this life, not the next. Leovold, no! You know damn well neither of us will seek Thal's realm. Let's go. Our comrades are waiting. I'm glad you were there, Sophie. Without you, I doubt we could have defeated the Holocron. Have you ever considered the Colosseum? You'd make a wonderful attraction. Of course, you'd need a title that befits your prowess. Now that it's all over, you'll be staying, won't you? No, Leovold may be dead, but the Holocron are far from finished. I'd rather not linger and give them a chance to regroup and seek revenge. It is a true tragedy that I cannot enjoy the company of Wuldah's lovely ladies any longer, but I have faith that equally radiant beauties await me in distant lands. Aldous, not another word, my dear. It's bad enough that the First Sword has permitted a disgraced gladiator to fraternize with their subordinates. Can you imagine the scandal if she became personally involved with the man? Nevertheless, I understand how you feel, Mila. I'm known to have this effect on the fair sex. I should have let the headsman have his way with you. That way you might learn something of humility. Ah, but how am I supposed to remember the lesson without a head? Your father would be proud of you, Mila. Don't ever change. And, yes, there's one more thing I wanted to say to you before I go, Sophie. 7 years ago, before my last match on the Blood Sands, I was given an offer, a sultan's ransom in exchange for a loss. Leovold begged and pleaded, but I just couldn't do it. Call it honor, or pride, or whatever you like. I made my choice, and in spite of all that came of it, to this day I have no regrets. It's a simple thing to know what's right. Listen to your heart, and yours. Listen to that heart of yours, and it will never lead you astray. Trust in your comrades, have faith in your skills, and you will triumph over any adversity. And with that, I bid you all farewell. I'd better not have to wait 7 years to see that bastard again. There's still so much I want to... What in the seven hells are you all looking at? This is a training hall. Why aren't you all training right now? You think all it takes to stand on the blood sands is a sword and a stupid grin? No, it takes years of hard work, an ocean of blood and sweat, and an unbreakable will. Every man and woman here has the potential to become a champion, but it is you and you alone who decide your destiny. So, answer me now, gladiators. Will you follow in the footsteps of your brothers and sisters and inscribe your names in legend? Yeah! I will, right as that car drives by, making all that noise. Yay, car! Making noise. This one time at level 30. So that's the gladiator storyline. Say goodbye to Mila. Because we're not going to see her anymore, really. Bye-bye, Mila. This one while it lasted.